Well, hello, everybody. Hope all is well on this Tuesday evening. And we're on here. We're going to talk a little Stratomatic diamond sets, diamond gem sets. I picked up my... Everybody. Hope all is well on this Tuesday evening. And we're on here. We're going to talk a little Stratomatic diamond sets. Well, the sound check went well. All right. So today I got my 1970s diamond gem set in with the 8 teams, and baseball demos. Wanted to know what teams are in it and how many players and things of that nature, and I'm going to go through it, and if you have any questions, and we'll also discuss what you're doing in your gaming world. So again, a quick shout out to Baseball Demos. He's very close to 1,000 subscribers. If you have not subscribed him, please do so. And if you have subscribed him, please share his channel. And if you're on your social media, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, and whatever you're on, share. That's Baseball Demos. Also our good friend Sports Time Machine. He's very close to 200 subscribers. Retro Sports Network with Uncle Ron Juckett. He did a wonderful stream in honor of his father. His memory today, Cleveland Browns of 1963 against the 1990 Buffalo Bills. Please subscribe to that channel. Also, our good friend Dave Gardner and many, many others in the FOC. Please check them out, subscribe, share, tell people about friends of the community, friends of the channel. And we have TribesFan879. Check out his wonderful channel. He's doing a Stratomatic card and dice replay of the Colorado Rockies, I believe 2016. So anyhow, we're going to start off with, and feel free to jump in the chat, and how's the sound quality? Things look good. I'm not freezing up like the last time. I think we've discovered what that issue was. I think we've solved that problem. Larry Harris, how you doing? Walter Haas, how you doing? So what we're going to do here is we're going to show you, again, I just picked up, it came today in the mail, the 1970s diamond gem set, and they did something. They started doing this with the A and B set for the 80s and the 90s, but what you're going to get now, I already opened it, but I didn't rip them apart. You get this little booklet, and some people might think it's kind of cheesy, but I don't. I actually like it. Now, I didn't get these with the original A and B set for the 80s and the 90s, but they did do it for the A set, excuse me. They did do it for the B set. That's when they started doing these little booklets. They're kind of neat, give you a little information. If you know, you can also look up this stuff on Baseball Reference or the baseball encyclopedias and almanacs and things like that. But let's, our good friend Baseball Demos, Dave, he wanted to know what's with the Stratomatic Diamond Gems 70s. Now, this is the first set. I'm assuming they're going to have a B set. And I'll just tell you the teams right now. So you get 8 teams. The first team, the 1970 Baltimore Orioles. They won the World Series. They are 108-54. The players, the pitchers are Mike Cuellar, Mo Drambowski, Dick Hall, Jim Harden, Dave Leonard, Marcelino Lopez, Dave McNally, Jim Palmer, Tom Phobos, Pete Rickert, and Eddie Watt. Those are the pitchers. The catchers, they give you 3 catchers. Clay, I don't know how to, Darrell Limple, Andy Etchenbaron, and Elrod Hendrick. The infielders are Mark Belanger, Bobby Grich, Davey Johnson, Boog Powell, Brooks Robinson, and Chico Salmon. The outfielders, Don Baylor, Paul Blair, Don Buford, Terry Crowley, Kurt Mouton, Merv Redeman, and Frank Robinson, Big Frank Robinson. Hello, W. Vogs. Hope all is well. And then the other thing they do is they give you, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if we can get this to focus. My camera's supposed to focus, but they give you the lineups for each team. So, you know, lineup versus left-handed batter, left-handed pitching, lineup versus right-handed pitching. Your rotation, back in 1970, it was a 3-man rotation. You had 3 20-game winners, Mike Cuellar, Dave McNally, Jim Palmer, and then you had Phobos, Harden, and Marcelino Lopez, who probably pitched out of the pen and were spot starters when needed. The closer was Eddie Watt. And they also give you some ballpark ratings. I don't play with those at the bottom with a little note saying what is not in effect. So that's the 70 Baltimore Orioles. That's team number 1 in the 1970 gem set, diamond gem set. The next one, this one had some controversy because they gave you the 1972 Reds. The Reds won the National League pennant at 95 and 67. Now, a lot of us wanted the 75 Reds or the 76 Reds, the teams that won the World Series. I don't think they're going to be in the B set. Usually when they give you one team, they don't give you another team, except the Yankees. You got multiple Yankee teams in the 90 set, A and B. You know, one in the A, one in the B. Walter Haas, you know what? I forgot to do this. Tribes fan said hello. I keep forgetting I can do this. And Larry Harris. And Walter. And our good friend W. Voggs from the card collecting community. Walter says, the best Oriole team for sure, the 1970 World Series team. Yes, tremendous team. They beat the Cincinnati Reds. So, they give you the 1972 Reds. Good team. They won the pennant, 95 and 67. Top performers, Johnny Bench, 270, 40 home runs. It's a good Johnny Bench card. And 125 ribbies. That's a fun card. Joe Morgan to play second base. I don't. Was that his first year? Could have been his. Was that the first year with the Reds that they got him from Houston? 1972. Morgan, 292, 16 homers, 73 ribbies, walked 115 times, stole 58 bases, scored 122 runs. OBP 417. Pete Rose hit 307. This is where the Reds always, they never really had top-notch starting pitching. They had good starting pitching, but not top-notch starting pitching. Sparky Anderson did a great job maneuvering his pitching staff and his bullpen. Gary Nolan was 15-5 with a 1.99. That's damn good. Grimsley, R. Grimsley, God, what the hell was his first name? He was 14-8. Clay Carroll, 37 saves, 2.25 earned run average. And Hall was 10-1 with a 2.61. So that's a really good team. They would fall to the Oakland Athletics in the World Series. I think they would lose in 7. So they're pitchers on this team. And, Baseball Demos want to know how many players. I want to say it's 27. I'm just going to count them real quick. And I haven't ripped them apart yet. Let's just go back to because it's going to be the same amount of players for each team. And we have our good friend Philip Reynolds here. Check him out. Hope all is well, Philip. So let's just go back to we're just going to count. The Orioles will be the same for every team. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pitchers. 12, 13, 14. So that's with 3 catchers. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So 27 players in all. That gives you a lot of players. I mean, they're giving you the players who played the most. I like these gem sets. You can do a lot of fun tournaments or just play your own little leagues. You get the best of the best. Again, you can question or have opinions on what team should be there, but I do like these sets. I like that Strat. I hope Strat does them for every decade. I would like that. I'll purchase most of them. Yeah. Will you get killed with Strat? It's not so much purchase; it's the shipping that kills you. Right now, they have a deal on shipping. If you buy X amount of dollars, I want to say if it's over $70, you get free shipping for a few weeks before Black Friday. All right, so you have Cincinnati is a second team there, a good team. They won as I stated, they won the pennant. They lost in the World Series to the A's. We gave you the pitchers are Jack Billingham, Pedro Barbone, Clay Carroll, Ross Grimsley. I should look down here. Don Gullett, Tom Hall, Jim McLaughlin, Jim Merritt, Gary Nolan, Wayne Simpson, and Ed Sprague. The catchers are Johnny Bench, Bill Plummer, and Sonny Roberto. So they give you 3 catchers. That's kind of cool. You don't get any pitchers hitting cards. You just get in the sets. They assume you already have, if you have the game, the pitchers hitting cards, the 1 through 8. Infielders, Daryl Cheney, Davey Concepcion, Joe Hugue, I believe, Hague. Julian Javier. I did not know that Julian Javier, the former Cardinal, played for them in 72. Hal McRae, who would go on to the Royals. Dennis Menke, Joe Morgan, and Tony Perez. Outfielders, George Foster, Cesar Geronimo, Pete Rose, Bobby Tolan, and Ted Eulander. And again, they give you what the lineups for against left-handed pitching, right-handed pitching. The rotation, well, Jack Billingham they have him asterisk, so he was their #1 guy, and then it goes Ross Grimsley, Gary Nolan, and then it's mix and match, basically, it looks like. So again, that's a good, solid team, 95 wins, a fun team. Again, would I have liked the 75 Reds? Yeah. Some people think the 76 Reds are better. I don't personally. I think the 75 Reds are better. They're a better offensive team with about the same pitching. So I like the 75 Reds. Philip Reynolds says, getting my first Apple box in a long time, probably tomorrow. Very cool. And he says, 1994 World Series, a series that never happened, Expos versus the Yankees. Well, we look forward to that, Philip. Thank you for sharing. All right, so the next team after the Reds, 74 Dodgers. They would lose in 6 to the Oakland Athletics. They went over. See, again, everyone wanted probably the 78 Dodgers, but the 74 Dodgers won 100. Were 102 and 60. That's nothing to sneeze at. The Dodgers captured their first pennant since Sandy Koufax's retirement in 1966, winning 102 games. In the prior 30 seasons, and for another 40-plus seasons to come, only the 1953 Brooklyn Dodgers won more games in franchise history. These Dodgers had the extraordinary performance of newly acquired relief pitcher Mike Marshall. Mike Marshall would win the Cy Young, who pitched an astonishing 208 innings out of the bullpen, while appearing in a still-standing record 106 games. By winner's save, he had his hand in 36 victories for the Dodgers. That's incredible. Bobby Cantillano, how you doing, my friend? Check out her wonderful channel and Facebook page, The Alligator Huntress, and also the card. She's part of the card collecting community, as well as a great member of the FOC. And then we have Thrice Aroni, a card collecting treat. Wonderful channel. Check him out. So again, that's a good team. I don't mind the 74 Dodgers. You know, that I don't mind them at all. The Dodgers infield. All right, the infielders they give you, and Walter wants to know the Dodgers infield, excuse me. Rick Auerbach, Ron Say, Steve Garvey, Gail Hopkins, Lee Lacy, Davey Lopes, Ken McMullen, and Bill Russell. The outfield, Bill Buckner, Willie Crawford, Von Joshua, Manny Mota, Tom Paciorek, and Jim Wynn. The catchers, they only give you 2. Joe Ferguson and Steve Yeager, not the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. The pitchers, Jim Brewer, Al Downing, Charlie Huff, Tommy John, Mike Marshall, Andy Messersmith, Doug Rao, Rick Rhoden, Eddie Solomon, Don Sutton, and Jeff Zahn. And again, they give you lineups that they used against lefties and right-handed pitching. The rotation, their 3-man rotation: Sutton, Messersmith, and Doug Rao. They're asterisks. And then you have Tommy John, Al Downing, and Jeff Zahn. Now, I think Tommy John was probably coming off Tommy John surgery, so he probably pitched a little more out of the pen then, and he was a spot starter. So a lot of these guys then, with the 3-man rotation, it didn't mean you just pitched those 3 guys, as baseball fans know from that time and age. There was a lot of spot starting when if someone was tired, if a lot of games were back-to-back, you know. So we have Braves for Life here. How you doing, my friend? Braves for Life says, I'm getting the 70 Diamond Gem set from Strat delivered tomorrow. I picked it up today. I think you're going to enjoy it. And so that's the first 3 teams we've gone through. The 1970 Orioles, who were 108 and 54, nothing to sneeze at. The 72 Cincinnati Reds, 95 and 67. This is one that there can be debate on. Again, I would like the 75 Reds, but, you know, I like the Johnny Bench here. The 270, the 40 homers, the 125. That's awesome. And then you have the 74 Dodgers. We just went through 102 and 60 with Mike Marshall on the team. So that's pretty cool. All right, our fourth team in the Diamond Gem set of the 70s. The 1975 Boston Red Sox. I can't complain with that team. Some people want the 78 team. I don't want the 78 team. I wouldn't have quite. In 78 team, Jim Rice carried that team, in my opinion, thus the MVP. The pitching stunk. 77, they could really mash the ball, and the pitching was not that good. 75, they went to the World Series. They might have come out of nowhere. They were 30 games over 500, 95 and 65. I accept this. I like the 75 Red Sox. A lot of fun players. You got the Gold Dust twins, Freddie Lynn and Jim Rice. Freddie Lynn would win the MVP and Rookie of the Year in 1975. And the little synopsis or summary, as we'll say, I guess, with two spectacular rookie outfielders, MVP and Rookie of the Year, Freddie Lynn and Jim Rice, the Red Sox surprised the Orioles and Yankees to win the American League East, then sweep the defending three-time World Series champion Oakland in a bid for Boston's first World Championship since that dreaded 1918 chant that I don't have to listen to anymore. In one of the most exciting World Series ever, the Red Sox came from behind to win a dramatic Game 6, thanks to Bernie Carbo's 3-run homer to tie it and Fisk's homer off the foul pole to left, but would lose Game 7, and they had a 3-0 lead in that game, before Cincinnati claimed their first championship since 1940 in Game 7 win in Boston. Top performers: Rick Wise was 19 and 12, Louis Tiant was 18 and 14, Bill Lee 17 and 9, and Roger Moret as a spot starter and out of the pen, 14 and 3. Very unheralded Roger Moret. Big factor here. And if you play the card and dice, if you use him right, he had walks a few too many people, but if you spot him in the right spot, he's devastating, in my opinion. Braves for Life says, looking forward to the 79 Pirates. That is a fun team. That's the last team on the list. Not in our hearts, though. All these are fun teams. You can do a lot of things. You can play the league. There's 8 teams, so you set up, you can do tournaments. I like these type of sets. I do. That's just me. Now, that being said, I bought a bunch of seasons when they were on sale, card and dice, because I do enjoy it. I play it offline. I play it online. If you come to one of my streams with card and dice, it's not a short thing. We had an epic yesterday. It went 2 hours and a half. It went 14 innings. I didn't want it to. It was fun. And I was tired. I mean, they don't normally go that long. But card and dice, I savor it like a good meal, like with all my projects. And we'll talk about your projects, too. Walter says, if Rice didn't get hurt, that's one of my what-ifs coming up in the near future. He got hurt at the end of the season, did not play against Oakland, did not play in the World Series. That is a big what-if. We've already done the what-if Tony Canigliere played in the 67 World Series. And in we used Dice Baseball, and that was a hell of a series. It went 7 games. No home team won a game. And I remember Ron Juck and I talking about, that will never happen in real life. It just did. So that was pretty funny. Philip, the 2019 season, 2018 season, 90 gems, A and B, the 70s gems, the 30s set, and a Negro League set if they have one. Well, I have all the gem sets and the 2018. I did not pick up 2019 card. Did 2019? No, 2018. That's when the Red Sox won last year. So, Braves for Life. We'll get back to this in a moment. Let's click here. No Braves teams in any 70s Diamond Gems, that's for sure. They were just awful between Aaron, Horner, and Murphy. You're correct. Not bueno. Their first good team back was when Joe Torre managed them in the early 80s. They won. People forget that. They won the division title one year. So, all right. So we have the 75 Red Sox. Freddie Lynn, 331, 21 homers, 105 ribbies. Jim Rice, 309, 22 homers, 102 ribbies. Fisk, 331, and Cecil Cooper, 311. The pitchers for the Red Sox, Jim Burton, Reggie Cleveland, Dick Drago, Bill Lee, Roger Moret, Dick Pull, Diego Segui, Louis Tiant, Jim Willoughby, and Rick Wise. Again, 27 players per team. The catchers, Jim Blackwell, Carlton Fisk, Bob Montgomery. The infielders, the Rooster, Rick Burleson, Cecil Cooper, Denny Doyle, Doug Griffin, Bob Heiss, Rico Petrocelli, Carl Yastrzemski. They even have Tony Canigliaro card, which he only played a few games. He was a DH. You can only play him at DH. It says DH only. Well, you can do whatever you want, but it says DH only. And he would retire early in that 75 season when his vision trouble came back that he always had after the beaming. Outfielders, Juan Beniquez, Bernie Carbo, Dwight Evans, Fred Lynn, Rick Miller, and Jim Rice. That's pretty cool. The rotation, their three-man rotation, Tiant, Wise, and Lee. Then Reggie Cleveland, Moret, Pull, Burton, and Drago. That's a fun team. They can really mash the ball. That's a fun team. So the next team, this is an interesting team. A very interesting team. The 1976 Philadelphia Phillies, they were 101-61. They would fall to the Reds in the pennant. They won the National League East. The Phillies had a long climb toward their first World Series winner in 1980. It started in earnest here in 1976 with the first of 3 straight National League East Division titles, with lefty Steve Carlton and National League home run leader Mike Schmidt establishing their Hall of Fame credentials. These Phils won 101 games. No prior Philly team ever won more than 92. Only the 2011 Phillies ever won more than this squad. Again, a very good team. A very good team. That's a fun team. Carlton was 20-7. The old Boston Red Sox, Jim Lomborg, was 18-10. And I think it's Larry Christensen, 13-8. Mike Schmidt, 38 homers, 107 ribbies, and 100 walks. Greg Lazinski, the Bull, 304, 21 homers, 95 ribbies, and Gary Maddox, 330 batting average. The pitchers for the Phillies, Carlton, Larry Christensen, Gene Garber, Jim Cott, Jim Lomborg, Tug McGraw, Ron Reed, Ron Schuler, Wayne Twitchell, and Tom Underwood. The catchers are Bob Boone, Tim McCarver, who was Steve Carlton's personal caddy. He caught Steve Carlton. And actually in 1975 played briefly for the Red Sox. If you have the Strat PC game, you'll have him on the Red Sox. Johnny Oates, the infielders, Dick Allen, the former Chicago White Sox player, I do believe. Larry Boa, Dave Cash. Dave Cash played for everyone in the National League, it seems. Terry Harmon, Tom Hutton, Mike Schmidt, Tony Taylor, and Bobby Tolan. So Bobby Tolan went from the Reds to the Phillies. The outfield, Rick Bassetti, Ollie Brown, Jay Johnstone, Greg Lazinski, Gary Maddox, and Jerry Martin. Your rotation, your top 3 were Steve Carlton, Jim Cott, and Jim Lomborg, with Christensen, Underwood, Reed, and Twitchell as relievers and spot starters. McGraw, I think McGraw was the closer in 76, I believe. I'd have to look that up. And let's go to Braves for Life. The 76 Phillies had better stats than the championship 80 team. Yeah, they're a good team. They just couldn't beat the Reds. All right, so let's go on to our next team. This is an interesting one. But again, when you look at the record, you say, okay, the 77 Kansas City Royals, 102-60. They won the West, and they would lose to the Yankees in the pennants. The Yankees in 1977, coming off the 76 year where they lost to the Reds in the World Series, would finally win a World Series as they would defeat the Dodgers. So Major League Baseball has been in Kansas City since 1955. This is the only one of those 65 teams to win at least 100 games, with an impressive plus 171 run differential. This was the best of 3 straight American League West Division championships, who lost each time in the American League Championship Series to the New York Yankees. Boy, do I remember that. I remember one year Freddie Patek crying at second base after it was done. Top performers, Dennis Leonard, the pitcher, 20 and 12. Colburn, and that is Jim Colburn, 18 and 14. And Paul Splittorff, 16 and 6. George Brett hit 312, 22 homers, 88 ribbies with 13 triples. Al Cowens, 312, 23 homers, 112 driven in, 14 triples. Man, that ball used to fly in that crappy AstroTurf at Royal Stadium. Hal McRae, designated hitter, 298, 21 homers, 92 ribbies, and 54 doubles. And we have our good friend RJL518. Check out his channel. Check out all the content creators in the chat, please. And just find, it's an easy way to find out. You just go and you click on their name and 3 little dots come up. Go to their channel, see if they're content creators, and subscribe. We're all FOC. We all grow together. And hello to DJ John 4444. Hello, Al, in the chat from the left coast. Hope you're safe from the wildfires, my friend. Brace for life. What year was the Pine Tar game? I forgot. That's in the 80s. That's in the 80s. Oh, boy, that's a good question. 85 sticks in my head. 85 sticks in my head. I'm probably wrong. All right, so Kansas City, their pitchers, Doug Bird, Jim Colburn, Larry Gura, Andy Hassler, Dennis Leonard, Mark Little, Steve Mingori, Marty Patton, former Boston Red Sox, and Paul Splittorff. Catchers, Buck Martinez, Darrell Porter, and John Wathen. Infield, George Brett, Bob Heiss, Pete Lecoq, John Mayberry, Dave Nelson, Freddie Patek, Cookie Rojas, and Frank White. The outfielders, Al Collins, Joe LaHood, Hal McRae, Amos Otis, Tom Poquette, Willie Wilson, and Joe Zeb. Your top 3 in the rotation, Leonard, Splittorff, and Colburn, with Hassler, Patton, Gura, Bird, and Little spot starters and relievers most likely. And here's the answer by our good friend RJL518. July 24th, 1983. I was off a few years. Thank you for that information. Remember, check out all these wonderful content creators, such as RJL518. And he says, I was actually watching it on TV. Brett was furious. Yeah, Billy Martin knew it. I think that the Yankees had acquired someone who played for the Royals early in the year or something. And he asked, he goes, hey, does he put the pine tar? It looks like he puts the, the pine tar a little too high. And he goes, yeah, it's past the thing. And so he just waited for the opportunity. He sent the bat boy to go grab the bat, the Yankee bat boy to grab it before they could retrieve it back into the Royal dugout. And then the mayhem ensued. That's a classic where you see Brett come flying out of the dugout. All right, so the 77 Kansas City Royals, can't really complain about that team. Again, the only one I question, and still a fun team, the 72 Reds. I would like to have seen the 75 Reds. What they did in the 80s set, they kind of give you World Series teams a little bit. Not all the time, but they kind of did. This is going to be interesting when they come out with the B set to see who they give here. All right, so the next team, the 78 Yankees. All right, I'm going to tell you exactly why I knew I was buying this set. The 1978 Yankees. They have Louisiana Lightning, the Gator, Ron Guidry, 25-3, 1.74 earned run average. So much fun you can have with this team. Whether you like the Yankees, you hate the Yankees, you can have a ton of fun just pitching Ron Guidry against whatever card sets you have in Stratomatic. You can pitch him against, like I'm going to be pitching him against Sandy. I mean, again, I have it on the PC. I have the PC and the card and dice. I have a lot of similar stuff, but it's something. Sometimes I just like to play the card and dice. Outstanding, the Gator, a tremendous, tremendous pitcher. So the 78 Yankees, they would win the World Series. They go back to back. They went to 3 World Series from 76, 77, 78. They would beat the Royals, as we already stated, all 3 years for the American League pennant. They won a playoff game against someone in 78. I've blocked that out of my mind. And they had a player at short named Bucky Bleeping Dent. Anyone familiar with him? So they went to 3 straight World Series. They won Lost in 76 to the Reds, won in 77 against the Dodgers, won again in 78 against the Dodgers. And we have Appa Brian. How you doing, my friend? George Brett called Guidry God. Oh, Guidry was awesome. Guidry was awesome. Our good friend Appa Brian. I believe this is my Twitter friend. We're going to have, if this is who it is, who I think it is, and I think it's him, well, he'll be coming up on the channel soon for the Chat with Al and his love for Appa baseball and all things sports sim. So thank you for joining us. Brace for Life. The B set has to have the 75 Reds. I hope so. I don't think so, though, because, and we'll go through the other sets. I don't know how long we're going to run. I mean, but, or I can do another stream. The Yankees have multiple teams in the 90s set. And I want to say, I think they're the only ones. The Yankees and I think it's only the Yankees. We'll go through it. I have it here. But so let's go back to the 78 Yankees. I would like them to have the 75 Reds. But they gave you the 72. We're going to talk about who we think should be in the B set. We'll call this the A set. You know they're coming out with a B set. And again, I hope they do this for the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, the 20s. I think this is fun. This is fun. I love these sets. You're getting all good teams, you know. I bought 11. When they had a sale, I'm back. I jumped head first back into card and dice. I complain about Stratomatic, but I love the game. And it's not the game. I have issues sometimes with the company. This is about play the games you love. And if it's not going to hurt you in the pocketbook to purchase them, do it. Life's way too short. I'm not going to get into that either. And we have our good friend, long time no chat, a huge Yankee fan. As you can see, Derek Jeter. I believe that I can't see. Is that Jeter? I can't tell. It's blurry. I don't know who that is. I thought that was always Derek Jeter, but I could be wrong. He says, hey, Al, yo, tribe, Larry, Walter, pleased to meet you. W. Vogs, pleased to meet you. Bobby, what's going on? Hi, chat. Oh, it's so good to see our good friend Herb Pilgrim. Love Herb Pilgrim. Herb, you got to get in our Discord, my friend. Need you there. All right. So, Bucky Dent, one of the all-time greats. Well, not a bad player. I don't like saying his name too much. Headspun. Ordered all the Diamond Gem sets today. 40 teams. Can't wait to get them. I have them all too. That's awesome. You're gonna have so much fun. Sometimes I don't even know what the hell I'm supposed to do. I mean, I know I have all these things in my mind I want to do. Just play them. I find myself I like to go. I'll throw this out to the chat real quick. What do you like to do? I like to do pitching matchups. You know, Sandy Koufax against like Greg Maddux. Now, I can do that because I have his 66 season. I also have all the old-timer sets. I'm going to do at one point, I'm going to do a pretty big tournament just with the basic old-timer sets because they're fun. But, yeah, I think I like these. And as I just stated, I'll say it one last time. I hope they do it for every decade. Every decade. I think it's really fun to have good teams. If you don't want to buy a set, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't play the crappy teams even though I bought, seasons. I don't want to play. Now, if the stinky teams have a really good player, that interests me. Because the way I do things in my mind is like I'm a circus. I'm promoting a circus or a boxing event. I love the names. I love the names. What draws people in? What draws it in for me? So, anyhow, let's get back to this. So the 78 Yankees. Let's go to our good friend RJL518. The 79 Pirates. In the set also, not a bad team. Last time Pirates won series. No, they're actually the last. When I say the last team, it's just in the booklet. They're all fun teams. I'm looking forward to that. That's another exciting. But again, when I knew the 78 team, that's the first thing I look for. With the 78 Yankees in this set, I'm buying it. And I'm a Red Sox fan. I remember I want to relive the horror all over again against that team. All right, trailing Boston. Oh God, do I have to read this? All right, I'll read it. Trailing Boston by 10.5 games on July 24th. They made Al Red Sox fan cry as a young youth. When the Yankees fired Billy Martin, actually that's incorrect. The Yankees did not fire Billy Martin. Billy Martin resigned once he found out, when his friend found out, I believe it was his agent or a sports writer who was good friends with him. Once he found out that Billy Martin was going to be fired, he called up Billy and says, resign because they'll have to pay you. Resign, say it's due to medical issues. Look it up. There's an excellent documentary on Billy Martin on MLB, and I think you can find it on YouTube. He did not get fired. He was going to get fired. He resigned, and they had to pay him. And in fact, look it up. The fans were so pissed that he quit, let go, which they're interpreting as being fired. Look it up. On Old Timers Day, they announced Billy Martin would be managing the team in 1980 or something like that. Look it up. I'm not lying about that. It's wild. All right. So, again, they came back from 10.5 back. Martin resigned. He was not fired. He was going to be fired, so that's inaccurate there. Replaced by Bob Lemon, the Bronx Bombers stormed back to force a one-game playoff with the Red Sox. A game won on singles hitters Bucky Dent. No, that actually put them ahead, but it was Reggie Jackson's home run that was the game winner because the Red Sox got one back in the ninth. How Lou Piniella stops the ball when it was in the freaking sun. I will never know to this. I watch that game once or twice a year to torture myself on YouTube. I watch it. I just sit there and I go, let's torture myself. And I still don't know how the hell he stopped the ball in right when he lost it in the sun. The ball bounces. He sticks his glove out. And hats off to Lou Piniella. That was legendary season for Dent. Pitcher Ron Guidry and third baseman Greg Nettles, whose slugging helped the Yankees to baseball's best regular season record and whose remarkable defense thwarted the Dodgers in the World Series. Nettles was the second coming of the human vacuum cleaner that year. Top performers, as we already stated, Ron Guidry, 25-3, 1.74 earned run average, striking out 248. Ed Figueroa won 20 games, 20-9 with a 2.99. And Goose Gossage had come over from the Pirates. Goose Gossage in 78, that was his first season. They still had Sparky Lyle, too. But Gossage had 27 saves, 2.01 earned run average. Reggie Jackson, 274, 27 homers, 97 ribbies. Greg Nettles, 276, 27 homers, 93 ribbies. And Lou Piniella batted .314. Moni G! Our good friend Moni G, a redheaded, our Scarlet O'Hara of the FOC. Philip Reynolds, I like team matchups. Yeah, whatever. I like to think of it as a big boxing event. I want Godzilla versus King Kong all the time when I play. RJL 518 just finished and streamed the 100th anniversary of the 1919 World Series between the White Sox and the Cincinnati Reds. So check that out on his channel. I believe he used action. I watched some of his stuff. He uses a lot of action PC. Good games. So check him out. The fix was in, he says. DJ John 444. My 78 Pirates beat the 78 Orioles in the World Series. Took me almost 3 years. I rolled every game for every team. Basic. I was just a kid, 13 to 16. That is awesome. That is an awesome project, my friend. Hats off to you. So DJ John, and this is, again, share your projects. We're going old school chat with Al. This isn't chat with Al Crazy Saturday where Al loses 15 subscribers because people can't take a joke. Anyhow, boom. I also have I'm learning to play a little kid xylophone again. So we're going to have a band soon. I got to get my friend Mike, who's a heavy metal singer. I actually roadied for him on a couple events to come over and sing. Yeah, so that's an awesome project, DJ John 44. So DJ, think about this, everyone. Played the whole 1978 season. Took him 3 years from his 13 years old to 16. I'm going to sneeze. He rolled every game for every team in Basic. Basic's fun. That is an awesome project. That is awesome. Now, did you cheat? I just know when I got my 83 set, I used to play a lot of tournaments, and no matter how much you try to go, that's a leaner for they stunk, the 83 Red Sox. Though we've had a little success in our new tournament, our one and done. Check that out on the channel. A lot of fun with that. That's a great, great project. Moni G, the Black Sox, you are correct. And that's because, as it was stated by our good friend, oh God, I went brain dead. Who told me that? The Black Sox, though, was because Kaminsky was too cheap to have their uniforms washed. And I can't remember who told me in the chat, in the Discord now, which I kind of knew that already. His fielding was not up to Jose Canseco. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, Munson, absolutely. Our good friend, Evengi Crosby. Check out his wonderful card collecting channel. I got to catch up on some of the card collecting channel stuff. Another good friend of the FOC. Again, if you've not subscribed to any of these content creators, please do so. Share on your social media with all the channels. Let's get them all up past 1,000, whether they're card collecting channels, whether they're sports simmers. They're all good people. So let's get them all. And again, a special shout out to Baseball Demos. He's very close to 1,000. Let's push him over the top. Let's go to Baseball Demos channel right now. You type in baseball, and if Bobby Catalano is still in chat, or any of my moderators, please put the link to his channel in the chat, along with Sports Time Machine, along with Retro Sports Network, and Dave Gardner, and all the other content creators. Just if you want to put a link in the chat, please do so, of any channels that you like. And let's hit them up with a bunch of subscriptions if you have not subscribed to them already. Thank you for joining us, Evengi. Oh, yeah, I get unsubbed. People can't take a joke. God forbid you make a political joke. We'll leave it at that. You know, just I never stop being friends with someone because of their beliefs in something, because none of my friends are insane. But I've actually had a couple of people like, you, what? Who'd you vote for? I'm like, well, whatever. Anyway, that's kind of funny. So I digress. Life's too short for that nonsense. All right, let's get back to fun stuff. Let's go here. Our good friend, Appa Brian, currently playing a dead ball era double elimination tournament. Appa Brian Baseball Classic channel. Awesome sauce. So check that out. Please put his link in the chat. That's a fun project. What's your favorite dead ball team? The dead ball team that intrigues me is always the 1919 White Sox. And again, it's not dead ball, but I'm always intrigued by the 27 Yankees. I love Ruth and Gehrig, Lazari. Fun teams. 34 Cardinals, the Gas House Gang. Again, that's not a dead ball team, but, you know, fun older teams. No cheating. Pirates played. I'm just joking. I just know when I was a kid, I was like, the Red Sox were so horrific. Pirates played my Dodgers in the National League Championship Series. Orioles over Kansas City in the American League Championship Series. This was back in 79 to 82. Junior high through sophomore year. Then I met girls, LOL. Yeah, things all stop when you meet girls. Girls are nice. They're soft and cuddly, and they smell good. I like girls. I love Nurse Teresa. She was here earlier today. All right. All right. So now we have the 78 Yankees. Let's go through it quick. And we'll get back. Again, share your projects with us. And that was a great one by DJ John 4444. I love that project. That's awesome. Pitchers: Jim Beattie, Ken Clay, Ed Figueroa, Goose Gossage, Ron Guidry, Don Gullett, Catfish Hunter, Paul Limbaugh, Sparky Lyle, former Red Sox. They traded Danny Cater. Sparky Lyle, and the Red Sox got Danny Cater. Horrible trade. Dick Tidrow. Catchers: Mike Heath, Cliff Johnson, and Thurman Munson, the captain. Infielders, Chris Chambliss, Bucky Dent, Brian Doyle, brother of Denny Doyle, Greg Nettles, Willie Randolph, Jim Spencer, and Fred Stanley. They had a very good bench. And Brian Doyle played because Randolph was hurt. I don't think he played any games. I don't think he played any games in the American League Championship Series. And he might have gotten that bat in the World Series, but Brian Doyle basically played all of that. Unsung hero. He was a unsung hero or whatever you want to call it. Then the outfielders, Paul Blair, Reggie Jackson, Jay Johnstone, Lou Piniella, Mickey Rivers, Gary Tomlinson, and Roy White. Guidry and Figueroa were their top two starters. Then you had Tidrow, Beatty, Catfish Hunter, Don Gullett, and Ken Clay. So that's a really fun team. Let's go back to the chat here. And this is, thank you, Bobby. Let me get on the right one here. This is Dave Baseball Demos. And if you're on the YouTube page watching, which most of you guys are, you click on that, go to Baseball Demos, subscribe, wonderful channel. He's really close to 1,000. And then here's our other, Bobby, thank you very much for your help. And she puts Mr. Utah Mike, Sports Time Machines link. Now I can't find it, but she did put it in the chat, so please also check that out. And all the other content creators. That's how we all grow. So let's get out of that. And let's go down and check out RJL518. My favorite dead ball pitcher was Christy Mathewson. That's New York Giants, I do believe. And hitter was Ed Delante. Talk about old school. I'm playing my 1977 and Red Sox and Yankees replay using Action PC, and I play extreme dead ball with the Mets. We have 54 wins. They only had 64, so we're 10 away from getting, and we're still in August. We still have a winning record by 3 games. We play wild and woolly with my 77 Mets. Braves for Life, I have the stats somewhere in storage. Oh, about his project. That is so cool you kept that. Sports Time Machine. And where's his link? Okay, Bobby definitely put it in there. Oh, there it is, right above. Al, look. So this is our good friend, Sports Time Machine, Mr. Utah Mike. Please subscribe to that channel. And oh boy, we got our good friend Dog. This is a must subscribe. Our good friend Dog is one of the smartest people that I enjoy. I'm lucky enough to be friends with, enjoy everything he does. Check out, he's a great big sports fan, but he's into entertainment, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, and much, much more. He does the history, what this day in history. It's about anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes, I believe. And he puts it to a song that absolutely fits what went on in history. Please check his channel out. Please put his link in the chat, Bobby, if you can do so. Also put your own link. So, as everyone's saying hello to Dog. Philip Reynolds, at Bank Sports, soon to do 2 unboxings. My unveiling my new apartment plus name change. Cool. Thank you for sharing, my friend. Our good friend Peter Griffin. How you doing? And again, Comics with Bueller. Fabulous gentleman. Another one of the finest people on YouTube. Absolutely intelligent, smart, wonderful human being. Check out his channel. You don't find people better than Dog, Comics. Everyone in the FOC, all good people. Thank you for joining, my friend. And also check out another wonderful friend, good friend with Comics with Bueller. You'll see him on his channel, Sam's Tangled Web. We love Sam. All right, now let's go back to, oh boy, I lost that. Where'd it go? Here we go. We're back. Poor Dog. The Cleveland Browns stink. I had a feeling they were not going to do well this year. And I'm sad for the Browns fans. They were a little full of themselves. Not the Browns fans, the players. And hopefully they can turn it around, get a little more respectable. They got a lot of talent on that team. I don't know if they got to bring in new coaching, but Dog is the one who can tell you about that. I do feel bad for the Browns fans because there's a lot of excitement from last year. Okay. And again, please check out the links that Bobby's provided in the channel. And Bobby, if you can think of any other channels, and if you're most people in here are content creators, just go next to their name, click on it. The 3 little buttons come up, go to their channel, check them out, subscribe, share, all that wonderful stuff. Okay, so the Yankees, we went through them, 78, fun team. This is the reason I knew right away I was going to buy this set. And I'm a Red Sox fan. Ron Guidry was absolutely awesome. Red Sox hit him okay that year, though. And then the last team in the 18, there are 8 teams in this set. And the last one, but not least, this is a very fun team. The We Are Family, 1979 Pittsburgh Pirates, 98-64. World Series champions, came back from a 3-1 deficit against the Orioles. Inspired by the Sister Sledge song, We Are Family, as I just stated, Pirates rallied to win the National League East by 2 games over Montreal. Swept Cincinnati, the Big Red Machine. Well, it was the remnants of the Big Red Machine. They did have Tom Seaver, though, in the National League Championship Series, and overcame a 3-1 deficit to beat the Baltimore Orioles, nicknamed the Pittsburgh Lumber Company. The Pirates led the National League in runs, with National League co-MVP Willie Stargell, Dave Parker, and left field platoon Bill Robinson and John Milner, who combined. So listen to this. This is a wild stat. I forgot how good this combination was. Bill Robinson and Johnny Milner, the former Met and Pirate. He actually played for the Pirates before and went back. He might have been on that 71 team, Johnny Milner. They combined for 40 homers in that platoon and 135 ribbies. That's a tremendous platoon right there. Top performers, John Candelaria, the Candyman, 14-9. Bruce Keeson, 13-7. Is it John Bibby? Let me look down here. Where's Bibby? Jim Bibby, 12-4. Kent Tekulve, the closer, 10 wins and 31 saves and 94 relief appearances. Willie Stargell, 281, 32 homers, 82 ribbies. Dave Parker, 310, 25 homers, 94 ribbies, 20 stolen bases. Omar Moreno, the speedy center fielder, 282 and 77 stolen bases. So that's pretty cool. And we'll give you the players. Again, 27 players on each team. Pitchers, Jim Bibby, Bert Blyleven, John Candelaria, Joe Coleman, Doc Ellis, Grant Jackson, Bruce Keeson, Dave Roberts, Don Robertson, Enrique Romo, Jim Rooker, and Kent Tekulve. Tekulve was the underhand. Catchers, Steve Noshis, Ed Ott, and Manny Seguin. Infielders, Dale Berra, son of Yogi Berra, Tim Foley, Phil Gardner, Bill Matlack, Willie Stargell, and Rennie Stinnett. The outfielders, the hit dog, Mike Easler, Lee Lacy, John Milner, Omar Moreno, Dave Parker, and Bill Robinson. That's a solidly built team. You can have a lot of fun. So those are the 8 teams, and the top 2 pitchers were Blyleven and Candelaria. And then you had in the rotation Keeson, Robinson, Bibby, Rooker, Ellis, and Roberts. Again, the closer, Kent Tekulve. So those are your 8 teams in the first 1970s Diamond Gem set. I'm sure they're going to do a B set. They did it for the 80s and 90s. I have both those sets. So let's go to the chat. And so I did this for baseball demos. He asked, so I did it. To show you the cards is kind of useless. I read you the stuff. You can look up the stats. And my camera does not zoom in. So, and hopefully there's no delays and I don't look like a karate movie. I think we've solved that. How's the picture and sound quality? So I forgot to ask that. And let's go to the chat. Would love to see the 71 Pirates team. Here's the question. So we have the A set, and I'll go through it I'll just tell you the teams again if you just joined us. And then we'll talk about what would we like to see in a B set. So 70 Baltimore Orioles, 108-54. Can't complain about them. That's a good, fun team. Got a lot of good players there. 72 Reds. See, this is the only one. I thought they should have went with the 75 Reds. Okay, that's just me. But 95 and 67, and Johnny Bench hit 40 home runs. That's a fun team. A lot of good players on that team. 74 Dodgers. 102 and 60. Another, can't complain about that team. 75 Red Sox. I'm happy with that. I didn't want to see the 78 Red Sox. To me, the 75 Red Sox were much better. Much better. And we can debate that, but they're better. They went farther. They're better. The 76 Phillies won over 101 and 61. Can't complain about that. We already, if you were here earlier, I read out all the numbers. 77 Royals, 102 and 60. Can't complain about that. 78 Yankees, Ron Guidry. Reggie Jackson, the straw that stirred the drink. Thurman Munson, all great, all fun. 100 wins and 63 losses. And then the 79 Pirates, 98 and 64, World Series champions. So the only team I would have liked to see the 75 Reds as opposed to the 72 Reds. But that being said, I think it's a good set of 8 teams. Do you disagree? Are there a team you would rather see? And what teams do you want to see in the next set? And they're doing it. And again, I hope they do this for every decade. It's so much fun. They should do it for every decade. Let's go to the chat now. Dog says, I saw Morris versus Blyleven, in 1984, first row. Cool. Now, excuse me, frog in my throat. While you're doing that, I can go through quickly the 80s A and B. I'll just pull the teams over here. Watch me grab the wrong side. Nope, I got the 80s. So I have them all ripped out and stuff because I've been playing them offline. I've had these for a while. I can't figure out I played spot games. I did game 6 of the 86 World Series. And we lost in horrific fashion. It was still horrific, just different horrific. So you got the 86 Red Sox, good team. This is the A and B set. The 86 Mets, I like that because you can play the World Series. Love this team. I haven't played too much of them yet. The 88 Dodgers with Oral Hershiser, and that's the year he had his scoreless streak in innings. The 89 Oakland A's, that's another fun team. Mike Flanagan and the 83 Orioles, they won the World Series. Then you have in the strike year, this is a really fun, you get the World Series teams. You get the 81 Yankees when they played the extended playoffs, the 81 Yankees, and you get the 81 Dodgers, which I'll find it down a little lower. But then you also have the 86 Houston Astros, and again, that was one of the best National League Championship series ever. In my opinion, so much fun to watch, the 86 Mets and the 86 Astros. Then you have the 87 Minnesota Twins, World Series winners. And this is the 80s Diamond Gem set, A and B. The 84 Cubs, heartbreaker, ball goes through Durham's legs. Okay. 85 St. Louis Cardinals, who would lose to the Royals. You have the 85 Royals. You see, they give you a lot of World Series teams. I kind of like that. Okay. '83 Chicago White Sox, tremendous pitching on there. We just showcased them with my original set in the '83 tournament, one and done. The '84 Detroit Tigers, Moni G is going to like these guys. They went coast to coast to win the World Series. I remember that baseball season was very sad for me. The Red Sox were done in May, late May. Then you have the '81 Dodgers, Fernando Mania. Okay. The '82 Milwaukee Brewers. You don't get the '82 Cardinals because they gave you the '85 Cardinals. And you have the '85 Toronto Blue Jays. So that's a fun set. That's the 80s A and B set. And again, 27 players. You can look them up to see which players they are. And I mean, if you want, at some point I can tell you, but you can easily look it up. So that's the A and B for the 80s. Let's put that over here. And what they did for when I got the B sets, they didn't do it for the A sets. But they did these booklets, as I showed you for the 70s. I think they did the booklets. I looked everywhere, but I don't remember having a booklet for the A sets. They gave you the diamond gems for the 80s and 90s. I like these little booklets. Again, it's the same as the one I just told you with obviously different teams, but it's the same thing. They tell you everything. We don't have to go through that. But it's a nice little thing. I know it doesn't look like much, but I do enjoy it in case someone doesn't know like what the lineup should be, and you can't go to Baseball Reference or Baseball Almanac. This is a nice little tool. I like this kind of stuff. All right, let's go through the teams that are in the 90s A and B gem set. And then we'll ask what teams you'd like in the 70s B set. So the 90s, again, A and B, 8 teams each combined for 16. Dave Little, how's it going, my friend? Check out that wonderful channel. Another must subscribe. Big wrestling fan, big basketball fan, big Stratomatic fan. Him and ID Jester and the great debates. Lincoln, I can't think of the other gentleman. But, those famous debates, they were debating Strat. And that was a lot of fun to listen to. It was very cordial and point by point. Good stuff, good stuff. So check out our good friend Dave Little. So the 90s A and B set combined, we have the 93. See, this is the only one that's going to have multiple. The Dodgers had multiples. The Dodgers had multiples. So they had multiples in the 80s set. And I think that's the only one. All right, so for the 90s A and B, you have the Giants, 1993. The 1993 Phillies that lost in the World Series, right? 93, they lost to Toronto. The 1992 Toronto Blue Jays, fun set. As baseball demos, thank God he's here. I couldn't think of the other gentleman's name. The Lincoln Douglas debates. Thank you for posting that picture of Tabby, the Stratomatic cat, or the baseball tabletop cat, we'll call her. Love Tabby. That's Dave, baseball demos. Love Tabby. I love the picture. She likes baseball. So again, you got this is the 92 Toronto Blue Jays. 95, dog, plug your ears. 95 Cleveland Indians. Yankees, 1998. That's 1. Then you have the 94. This is a fun team. 94, the strike year. No World Series in 94. 1994. And Pedro Martinez on this team. Montreal Expos. The 1990 Pittsburgh Pirates. 1990 Oakland Athletics. They would lose to the Cincinnati Reds, who were right behind them. 1990 Cincinnati Reds. Then you have the 96 Yankees. So you have 2 Yankee teams in this A and B set. The 97 Florida Marlins, who won the World Series. 98 San Diego Padres with Tony Gwynn. I like this much better. Tabby, the FOC cat. Love it. Love it. Dog says 144. I believe he's talking about his beloved Cleveland Indians. Then you have the Atlanta Braves, 1995. I didn't say Atlanta already, did I? No, they didn't have 2 teams. I think it's only the Yankees and Dodgers in these sets that have 2 teams. Dodgers have 2 teams in the 80s. The Yankees have 2 teams in the 90s. 97 Orioles. That's only 1. The 91, forgot, Minnesota. And the 98 Houston Astros. So the Yankees and Dodgers in all these sets in the 80s and the 90s, which are the A and B sets, okay? They're the only two teams that have multiples. Unless I thought Atlanta had multiples, but let me just look again. I don't think I said Atlanta. Well, we have 96, Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones, 309, 30 homers, 110 ribbies. Let's see what Maddox did in that year. All right, I don't think Atlanta has two teams. For some reason, I thought they did. Pittsburgh. No. Okay. So, but they give you the 96 Atlanta and 96 Yankees play the World Series. So that's kind of cool. Let's just take a quick look. I know Baseball Demos knows. He did a Braves replay. And let's say hello to some newcomers to the chat. Check out our good friend JD. He brought back the Dwarves. I have to catch up with that. Sorry, I've not been able to make too many of their live streams, my friend. Hope all is well. Good friend of the channel and community, JD. Please check out his channel and subscribe. And again, we have our good friend here, Baseball Demos, and we want to support Tabby too, the FOC cat, friends of the channel, friends of the community. And we want to get our good friend Dave from Baseball Demos. He's so close to 1,000. Come on. There has to be some people. I have 20 people in this chat. Are you all subscribed to Baseball Demos? If not, let's go and get them over 1,000. And then check out all the content creators in here and subscribe to them. Share. Put them on your social media. Facebook, Twitter. They're stealing your information anyway. We might as well make it work for us, right? Let's get them all. Let's get Sports Demos to 200. I mean, 1,000. Let's get Sports Time Machine to 200. Uncle Ron Juckett to 500. Dave Gardner to 500. JD, let's get him to 500 and more. Everyone to 1,000 and more. Let's all support one another. Dog, everybody. That's what we're here for. Let's go back up for a second. Bear with me. So let's just take a quick look. Oh, my God, Denny Nagel. I forgot about him. That's funny. And in some of these sets, do they have hitters cards? I forgot. They might have pitchers hitters cards. No, they don't. Okay, they don't. I didn't think so. 20, and again, it's 27 players per team. That's perfect. Let me find, and of course now I can't find. I wanted to look at Maddox. Jeff Woolers. I played against him in high school. He went to Holyoke, Massachusetts High. We were beating Holyoke, Massachusetts. I went to Commerce High School. We were beating them 2-1 going into the 8th. They were the home team. They scored, going into the bottom of the 8th, excuse me. They scored 7 runs in the bottom of the 8th and beat us 8-2. Would have been one of the greatest upsets in high school playoff baseball history in Western Mass, but we couldn't hold on. Oh well, c'est la vie. And once we find, where is Greg Maddox? Mark Lemke went on to play for the Javi Lopez. Oh, seriously, where's Greg Maddox? That's the only thing about Strat cards. They stick together. It drives me nuts. Ryan Klesko, he was a big swinger. Smith, Michael, Eddie Perez. Are you serious? There it is. My God, finally found Greg Maddox. 15 and 11. That's not overwhelming, but 2.72. He had 35 starts through 245 innings. Struck out 172, only walked 28. Great control pitcher. So that, I just wanted to look that up. Not one of his very good season, not his best, though. So. All right, so those are the teams in all the sets. You know, if you just joined us now, go back and check out. I went through the whole 70s set with players and everything. I'm not going to do that for the 80s and 90s. You can look, I think they have the list. You can get the list of the teams, and you can just look up. 27 players per team. The next thing we're going to ask, as we're going to go off air pretty soon. Now, what teams that are not in the first 70s Diamond Gem set would you guys like to see? It's going to be hard because in the 70s, here are the good teams. The Orioles. You got to have an Oakland A's team. They didn't have it. I was surprised they didn't have an Oakland A's team. I want the. I don't. Oh God. definitely one of the World Series teams. I already have the 73 team because I have the 73 season. So I'd probably a 72 team because we have the 72 Reds. You can play the World Series. So again, let's think about the good teams in the 70s. They're basically the same. There's not a lot of fluctuation there. You could possibly add the 72 Tigers. They won the division. Do you think they're going to come with multiple Reds teams? If they do, I'd like to see the 75 Reds. That's what I'd like to see. Dave from Baseball Demos, the 72 A's. I agree with you. You got to have an Oakland team. I was surprised because in my other set of 70s teams that I picked up a while back, which is advanced, but advanced with the lefty-righty splits, but not with the advanced fielding. The fielding's still basic, those sets. You get the 72. It's either 72 or 73 Oakland A's. And I was surprised they weren't in this set. I think Oakland, definitely Oakland. Will they go with multiples of Cincinnati? Will we get a 75 Reds team? I mean, Baltimore, how many teams are you going to put in there? So are you going to give us the 71 Pirates? We have the 79 Pirates. American League, it's the Orioles, the Red Sox, the Yankees, and Detroit. You're not taking anybody else. Possibly Milwaukee in the late 70s. You know? So it's going to be, the 70s is going to be kind of tough to get another 8 different type of teams. Nationally, you're talking Reds, Phillies, Dodgers, and Pirates. I'm trying to think of anyone else. Okay, Cincinnati won the division in the West. The Dodgers won the division in the West. Nobody else, right? I'm trying to go through it in my head now. I'm probably forgetting somebody. In the East, division winners in the 70s, the Mets in 73, the Pirates, the Phillies. And that's about it, folks. You know, I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure those are. So the 70s is interesting because those teams were, the good teams were the same teams all the time. You might, the Giants had a pretty good team in the early 70s. The San Francisco Giants I think they had a decent team. Again, are you going to go with those teams? Are you going to go multiple Yankee teams? To me, it's overkill. You know, they're not going to give you the 76 Tigers. I'd love it, but they're not really, you know, you got Fidrich. That's why I want it. But so let's go back to the chat. Oh, there's a good one. There's a good one. 79 Angels. You are correct. 79 Angels. That's a good one. They lost to the Orioles in the pennant. That's a good one. Yes. So we want the 72. We want an Oakland team. Dave from Baseball Demos and myself, we want the 72 Oakland A's, but an Oakland team, not the 75 Oakland team. I want one of the teams that won the World Series. And then RJL comes up with a good one. 79 Angels. San Fran, 71. I knew they had, okay, so they want to, so again, so we've picked 3 teams, 1 American League, 2 National League. The 72 A's, 71 Giants, 79 Angels. I like that. All right, so let me write those down so I don't keep repeating myself because I tend to do that. 72 A's, 71 Giants, 79 Angels. All right, we need 5 more. Do you come with multiples of the Yankees or the Reds? San Diego Superchargers, one of my favorite football teams to watch. Walter, 71 Giants. Yep, we got them. It's just tough. They were the same. The teams were basically the same good team. You could probably, do you throw the 72 Tigers in there? 72 Tigers won the division. They beat the Red Sox by a half game because of that little strike in the beginning of the year, and the owners decided they weren't going to make up any of the games because they didn't want to play the players. 78 Red Sox would be good too, or are they included? We have the 75 Red Sox. So, I mean, It could be. We have the Dave, the teams, I don't know if you missed, I'll just tell you real quick. The teams that are in the 78, the 70s gem set, the first one. The 1970 Orioles, very good team, won the World Series, 108 wins, 54 losses. The 72 Reds, this is the one where we debate a little bit. But there is 95 and 67. Johnny Bench, great card, 270, 40 homers, 125. I love that. 74 Dodgers, they were 102 and 60, National League champions. Reds were National League champions. Red Sox, 75, 95, and 65, American League champions. Snap the A's dominance in the American League. 76 Phillies, 101 and 61. They would lose to the Reds. But again, can't complain about that team. 77 Royals, 102 and 60, would lose to the Yankees. Then the 78 Yankees won the World Series. They had 100 wins, 63 losses. And then a very exciting team, the We Are Family 1979 Pirates, 98 and 64. That rounds out. I mean, maybe you could throw in the Expos, the 79 Expos, who Pittsburgh beat out by 2 games. It has it in a little summary here. Yeah, the Expos. Maybe you add the 79 Expos. It's going to be interesting. I don't know who to add. I mean, I like the 3 we've come up with. The A's of 72, the Giants of 71, and the Angels of 79. Clinton Parks. The 72 Red Sox, they were ripped off. Yeah, the strike. They lost by a half game because they didn't make up the games. The owners didn't want to make up the games. That was decided. And then I guess when Boston management just were looking at it, go, hey, we want to make up the games. They're like, no, we're not making up the games. They lost by a half game. Now, they could have won one more game and they would have won, but they did lose by a half game. '81 Reds, best record in baseball. They didn't make the play. Yeah, combined. Yeah. '70s Minnesota. Oh, that's a good one, Brian. That's a good one. That's with Billy Martin. Billy Martin managed that team. I'm almost positive. And they fired him because he got in a fight with the GM. Because Billy Martin managed 1 year, I believe 1 year in Minnesota, and they won the division. And they lost in the playoffs. I'm almost positive. I could be wrong. That's a good one. Let's add that. 70 Twins. So we have 3 American League, 1 National League right now. That's a good one. That's a good one, Brian. Moni G. I super love the level of lovable baseball geekiness exploding in this stream right now. Well, you got to enjoy life, people. I love baseball. Yep, Guidry had a monster. Oakland, 73. Okay. We got to have an Oakland team. It's got to either be 72, 73, or 74. Guidry, monster year in 78. Texas Rangers, 77. That's an interesting team. The Texas Rangers, 1977, look at their pitching staff. And Herb Pilgrim says hello to Clinton. Hunter Holzman in blue. Oakland A's, yeah. They're definitely putting an Oakland A's team in the B, what we'll call the B set, as they've done it. So, and if someone can look up, did Billy Martin manage that 70 Twins team? I think he did. And I think he got fired because he got in an argument with the GM. So that's it. What else would you, I mean, we're going to talk a little bit. It's 11:16. This was really fun. Again, please check out all the content creators. I haven't done a chat with Al in a while. Things going on in life. We got to deal with that stuff. So, but yeah, that's a 70s set. I got it today. Very excited. I haven't broken them up yet. And I went through the 80s A and B and the 90s A and B, just the teams. And again, when you get these now, and they started with the B set for 80s and 90s, you get this nice little booklet. I like it. Some people might think it's cheesy. It gives you some information. Not everybody knows about these teams, and it's just something to have, right? You know, it tells you what your projected lineup should be. You can do whatever you want. Play the game the way you want. If you want a position player pitching, what the hell? Do it. You know, don't let anyone tell you you're playing a game wrong. If you get a rule wrong, sometimes that happens. Don't, you know, people got to get over it. You make a mistake, you make a mistake. People harp on that stuff. Enjoy the games. They're so much fun. These guys will tell you, oh yeah, Clinton hates a DH when there shouldn't be a DH. I put a DH all the time. I just hate pitching changes. It's just easier for me. I play a DH a lot, especially when there's good hitters. So the guy, oh God, what was his name? Gates Brown in 68. Imagine if there was a DH. He has tremendous numbers in such limited at-bats. That would have been fun to see. It's awesome. I love it. Oh, baseball's fun. I would, so far, some teams we've come up with, the 72 A's, the 73 A's, the 71 Giants. I'll just write 7. I don't think they'll go with 2 A's teams. They'll pick one. They got to pick one. The 71 Giants, the 79 Angels, and the 70 Twins. National League, you might come with another Pittsburgh team, 71. You might come with the 73 Mets. They kind of did that in the 70s set I bought. So I would be ecstatic. I would be ecstatic if they get, I said this earlier. I don't know if you're with us, Dave. This is a team I wish they put in the second set. Not a great team, but you have Rusty Staub, Mark the Bird Fidrich. You can't buy that season. I don't know why they don't produce that season card. I would actually buy that season or buy the teams. I want Mark Fidrich. I want that. I have it on PC, you know, on the Strat PC on other games. I've done a Mark Fidrich replay on one of the free games that got corrupted. And Baseball Demos is done and went back to it, the Mark Fidrich. And I think were you using Payoff Pitch? I love the Bird, 1976. That's another game I like to watch every once in a while. Monday night against the Yankees, he struck out 19. Play Gates Brown in basic, and he's fine. Yeah, because he only hits one way. Yeah. But it would have been interesting if there was a DH then. Brian Appa. Billy Martin was in 69. Okay. All right. And they won the division. Yeah, they won. I think they won the division in 69 too. And Bill Rettany managed in 70. Would they consider Seaver's Mets in 73? I think you kind of have to consider the Mets of 73 because it's just a different team that won. And, you know, they barely won, but then they took out the Reds. And, again, that's a pitching-heavy team. That offense is not bueno at all. That's an anemic offense. Not as bad as the most anemic offense I have played in Strat and pretty much in anything. I have Strat, Out of the Ballpark, Action PC, Digital Diamond Baseball, and a couple others I can't think of them off my head. The most anemic offense that I have seen for a World Series team, the 1968 Cardinals, they stink offensively. Great pitching, god-awful offense. The Dodgers in the 60s, like 66 when they got swept by the Orioles, their offense is still much better than the 68 Cardinals. What a drop-off. I know it's the year of the pitcher. But if you look at that Tiger team that went to the World Series and won compared to the Cardinals team that lost to them, the Tigers had such a good offense, they could have 2 automatic outs at 7 and 8. And one of those guys actually hit about 12 homers. They, you know, at least when he made contact, he hit the ball. I can't think of their names. Because I'm doing a 68 Cardinals, Bob Gibson, and 68 Tigers, Denny McClain against the 2016 playoff teams. I have to finish that. I got away from it. But we're going to finish up. We got one more game in our Juices Loose League, and that was a great – I don't even care. No one's going to watch it anyway, but we had some good views on it. And I'll tell you, that was a fun to finally not get choke at the end and win a game. OJ, and I'll give you a recap of that when I'm done. One more game. And I set that league up just to talk a little strat football real quick. I was supposed to play every playoff team once, and I didn't pay attention when I set it up. I let the computer do it. So I just beat Atlanta for the second time, and now I get Seattle for the second time. I don't play the Cowboys. They didn't give me the Cowboys, which I can't change it now. It's too late. Oh, our good friend Glenn Perot. Hope all is well with you and the family. And Don Wirt, that's it. Thank you, Brian. Apple Brian. Don Wirt and Dick Trzcinski, who I never pronounce it. They're like two automatic. They are two automatic outs. When I play them, because I still have Eddie Matthews is Eddie, third baseman Matthews, played for I think it's Eddie Matthews. Played for the Braves. They had him, but I think he ended up getting cut because he got hurt or something. But he's an option in the game, and I use him against, I forgot, he hits lefties or righties better. I can't remember. I use him. At least I get some offense. Yeah. Thank you very much, Papa Brian. Oh, my 1977 Go Mets. We're 3 games over 500. They only won 64 games. We have 54 wins. So we should get past 64 wins. Now, Lee Mazzilli just went down. Now, I'm overplaying everybody. And I'll tell you the way I play sometimes a season replay. I like to play stinky bad teams. Now, of course, I play the Red Sox. Sometimes they have good teams. Sometimes they have bad teams. If you watch my one of my favorite replays took me just over a year because I don't play every day and I do other things, play other games. The 1960 Red Sox swan song season for Ted Williams. Open world. I didn't go nuts, though. Out of the ballpark. I used out of the ballpark 19. I think I finished it in 20, I think. It was so much fun. I ended up getting Billy Williams from the Cubs because they wanted my pitcher, Sullivan. I was like, I'll give you Sullivan for Billy Williams. I got him out of the double A system. And it was a lot of fun. I brought up Carl Yastrzemski to play with Ted Williams, and it was fun. I tried out Ted Williams at first base. First time he played, it was awesome because I want a better defender in left. Second game, not so good. Made a couple of errors, cost us the game, but Ted Williams is awesome. I let him, he did play. He went to Yankee Stadium. In real life, he did not go to Yankee Stadium. And he homered in his last at-bat because as soon as he homered, I took him out of the game. I had him tip his cap to the Yankee fans. It was a lot of fun. So that's one of my favorite replays. But with the Mets replay, which is a lot of fun using Action PC Baseball, I'm using as-played transactions, as-played rosters, but I'm making my own lineups, and I'm mixing and matching my pitching. And that's how we're over 500. I played the 66 Red Sox the same way, and we finished at 500. I'm playing the 62 Mets in Stratomatic, a little different. I'm using the as-played lineups, but I'm tweaking the batting order. I don't know how many times KC Stingle had Don Zimmer in the top 4. You can't have Don Zimmer in the top 4. My God, he's awful. So basically, I just bunch up the good hitters in the top 4, and you hope you mix and match your pitching. Because I'll go with their starting pitching. I'll go with the starting lineup, but again, I tweak the order. It makes it fun. I'm playing the 62 Red Sox too, who are horrific also. But I like to play as bad teams and see how we do. So that's the way. Some people play straight out replays. That's cool too. I just like to see if I can do a little better. Our good friend Captain Colonel's here. That's why they played Mickey Stanley at shortstop. He provided a little more offense, and they used Northrup in center. Absolutely. I've done that too in my replay against the 2016 teams. You can't, in the World Series, you can't have 2 automatic outs. You can't. Again, so their offense was so good in the top 6, produced enough runs that they could have 7 and 8 automatic outs. And actually the last 3, because of pitcher. There's no real good hitting pitchers in the 6th. There's none. There's a couple, but not on those teams. I mean, someone can prove me wrong. I don't think they had any good hitting pitchers on the Tigers. But the 68 Cardinals, that offense is horrid. Horrid. Maris, I believe that's his last year in baseball. He stinks. I mean, he's not what he was. Um, they're not good. They're not good. I know they had great pitching. That's a horrible World Series team. The 66 Dodgers much better offensively, and they're not good either. Okay, let's go back to Moni G. Hey, man, John, Paul, George, and Ringo say hello. Message me, man. I am the walrus, cuckoo, cuckoo. Still got 11 more to go to get to 1,000. I'll eventually get there and will chew 1986 Topps baseball gum on camera if I do. Come on, people. There's 20 people watching me. If you have not subscribed to Dave from Baseball Demos, we need 11 more subscribers. We want more, though, to get him to 1,000. And I'm not recommending that you chew that old crappy baseball gum, but he says he'll do it. So again, all you got to do is go next to his name. 3 dots come up. Click on channel, subscribe, share. Subscribe all the wonderful content creators in the FOC, friends of the channel, friends of the community. Again, he needs 11 more to 1,000 subscribers. And he says, and he's good to his word, and poor Tabby the cat will have to witness it. He will chew some bubble gum from a 1986 Topps pack. So close. Let's put him over the top on this stream. It's a streamathon. All right, we're going to come to an end pretty soon. Oh, yeah, you know what? Captain Carl's right. Earl Wilson was a very good hitting pitcher, former Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox also had the knuckleballer Wilbur Wood. Had no patience with him, though. A very good pitcher. Moni G, rock on. I love baseball card gum. My little brother always hooked me up. I got to see that baseball demos. $9.90. The dog has pulled us to within 10. Thank you very much. And if you've not subscribed to our good friend Dog, please do so. Again, one of the nicest people on YouTube, as all the FOC are. Friends of the channel, friends of the community. Again, you don't know, just go to the next to the name. 3 little button dots, whatever the hell you want to call them. Go to the channel, subscribe. There's a ton of content creators in here. Dog has pulled us to within 10. To within 10. We're at 1129. I want to be at 1,000 for Dave Baseball Demos and over by the time I go off air. Moni G, nice. Baseball card community has been great. Yeah, the baseball card collecting community, wonderful, wonderful people. And again, let me just put out what I believe the etiquette should be. If someone subscribes to you, you should subscribe to them. It's what you should do. They were kind enough to subscribe to you. You should subscribe to them. When you get a chance, check out a video of theirs. Hit that like button. You know, I'm not saying we can't watch everything. It's just a fact. But you can watch once in a while. And if you like something, hit that like button. Share on your social media. Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, they're robbing your information and selling it to God knows who anyway. You might as well utilize it to help out the FOC, friends of the community, friends of the channel. All right, so we need 10 more for Dave from Baseball Demos to get to 1,000. 10 more. 10 more. 10 more. The dog has got us. We're inching closer for our good friend Dave. So we've gone through the Stratomatic gem sets. Mostly we hit on the new set, the 70 set. I went through it. Go back earlier. I went through the whole thing. I went through all the teams for the 80s and 90s, all 16 teams, A and B. I didn't go through the players. But when the new thing they do, again, they give you a booklet that started with the B sets for the 80s and 90s. And this is the 70s one. And it's a nice little booklet. They tell you everything about the team, summaries and lineups and all the players. You get 27 players per team. It's a lot of fun. I love these sets. I hope they do them for the 2000s. I hope they do them for the 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, and dead ball. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. And we talked about teams that we'd like to see in the B set. So far, we've come up with the 73 A's, the 72 A's. I don't think we'll get both. The 71 Giants, the 79 Angels, and the 70 Twins. I'm going to throw in the 73 Mets. It's a different team. I think we might get another Pirate team, the 71 Pirates. They might, they might look at someone who, maybe the 77 Chicago White Sox baseball demos doing that replay. That could be a fun team to put in there. So, again, we need 10 more for Dave from Baseball Demos to hit 1,000. I'm going to stay on air for a little bit longer. Let's see if we can do that. So we have 21 people watching. If you have not subscribed to our good friend, Baseball Demos, please do so. He's going to chew that 1986 gum from a Topps pack, and that's gross. I used to chew it myself, and it was nasty then. Listen to Dog. He says, I was eating soup too and was able to sub. It's that easy. It's that easy. Again, listen to words of wisdom from Dog. And Dog, I would love to go back when you're ready, if you want to do the Ben-Hur stream again without video, though. Dog, again, one of the smartest people when it comes to breaking stuff down. And and thank you for Dog having me on, as he let me go along for this wonderful ride. Ben-Hur with Charlton Heston, the best Ben-Hur movie. And Dog broke it down scene by scene, frame by frame almost, about how wonderful a story it is. And unfortunately, some video was used and YouTube whammied us. And that's done with now, but I'd love to revisit that. A lot of people told me it was of educational quality, of college quality, basically the seminar, the historical knowledge that Dog brought down and gave to everyone regarding Ben-Hur. So I would love to do that again and finish it up properly. And again, Dog says it's so easy to sub to Baseball Demos or anyone else who's a content creator in our chat. He was eating soup and did it. Come on, people. Come on. 10 more. 10 more. I've got to get to bed. 6 a.m. comes early. I will watch your 70s review tomorrow. Well, thank you. So again, please, first of all, have a good night, good morning, soon. Please subscribe to Baseball Demos. Let's get him to 1,000 more, and all the other great content creators such as Dog in the chat. Will Voggs, let's subscribe to him. Come on. Come on. Okay. I have to go back to Dog. It's easy to subscribe to Friends of the Community. Very easy. He was eating soup, and he did it. Come on. He didn't burn himself. He went and subscribed to Baseball Demos. You want to see Baseball Demos eat some really crappy old gum? Now, I don't, but he says he'll do it. And you want to see it. So let's get him over 1,000. And it'll happen. Make Tabby the cat happy. She's an FOC feline. She's the mascot. She's one of many mascots. You have a pet, you're in our Discord, share the picture. All right, we're coming to an end here. Let's say, and our good friend Dave Little has added Dog. Thank you. And if you haven't subscribed Dave Little, subscribe Dave Little. There's all content creators in here. A lot of content creators. And those who are not content creators, they're good friends of the channel. They support us. And hats off to everyone. I tip my cap to you. And that's about it. Let's go to Dog. We talked about it, but doing scene by scene would be fun, I'd wait. Oh, yeah. You were pretty close. That was college material, the way you did it. It's too bad no one can see it. It's too bad you can't go back and edit. They should allow you to go back and edit that stuff out and put it up, because that was tremendous. That was tremendous, my friend. All righty. So That being said, I want to thank everybody. We're gonna do the old school. We're gonna thank everybody. Thank you to the Dog Show. Check out his wonderful channel and subscribe and share. Thank you to the good friend Moni G, the Scarlett O'Hara of the FOC, Friends of the Community, Friends of the Channel. Thank you to Will Voggs. Check out that wonderful card collecting channel. Thank you to Dave Little, another content creator. Let's get Dave from Baseball Demos over 1,000 and more, along with all of us. We can all do it. Captain Carl, thank you. Great friend of the community and channel. Herb Pilgrim was in here earlier. I don't know if it's going to let me scroll up. We had such a fun time. And then we had Glenn Perot. Hope all is well with Glenn. Thank you for joining us. Appa Brian. Check him out. You know what? Let me go here. I don't know if I'm using my second screen. Bear with me because let me go to Appa Brian. No, I want to go to his channel. Maybe he doesn't have it. I thought he did. Okay, maybe he doesn't. I know he has the website. Herb Pilgrim. See, we're using StreamYard. You can't do that in StreamYard. You have to do it in YouTube. And I don't have on my Kindle. It's really difficult. I have fumble fingers. And I might by accident try to go to someone's channel and by accident ban them. So I'll go back through the chat later. Braves for Life. So again, we have Glenn Perot. Braves for Life, thank you. Clinton Parks, content creator. Our good friend Herb Pilgrim, always good to see Herb. RJL518, check out his channel. A lot of action PC stuff, football, baseball. He did a replay of the 1919 Black Sox series. Walter Haas, sorry. If you've not seen me before, I sometimes butcher names. I apologize. And I think we have everybody. And if I missed you on the way back up, I'm pretty sure I got you. Oh, our good friend JD. He's got his Dwarves series back on. It's a really great RPG storytelling game on PlayStation 4. Check him out. And he's an author, and his book will be coming out soon. So if you like the genre of like Middle-earth fantasy, check it out. I believe you'll enjoy it. I've been lucky enough to read a few chapters that he's provided. And he's also, when he's done with this, he's going to do a Western, which I really like. I read some of the early stuff there. It's a lot of good. And Tribes Fan was in here earlier too. And again, I don't know how far up it's going to let me scroll. Bobby Cantillano, check her out. Facebook, and that's it. It's not going to let me go up any farther. So Tribes Fan was in here earlier. So thank you, everyone. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And now, let me go back up here. Is it going to let me go up any farther? No. So, and again, like Dog said, it's easy to subscribe to Baseball Demos and others. He did it while eating soup. That's magnificent. Come on, you can do the same thing. So, Herb says, goodbye, Bobby. And I'll leave you with this. Thank you very much. Subscribe to one another. Check out each other's videos. Share with your friends. If you're on Twitter, tweet it out. Facebook. And you do that kind of thing on Facebook if you're in like a sports group or something. Put it there if you don't mind every once in a while. Help everybody out. And I thank you for your time. And, of course, we always have someone in here because there's always a numbnut. We'll take care of that numbnut later. Anyway, health and happiness next time. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. You know what's coming. Peace. Love you all.